All right, back from the Edison Ford Winter Estates to tell us about an exciting new way to explore Southwest Florida is JT Teleshak, and he's a historian at the estates. And then joining him is also Harry Julian, a naturalist with Pure Fort Myers. Good morning to both of you. Welcome back.
Thank
this
you.
is your first time on the show.
It is.
Good morning.
Very excited to be here.
And this is kind of a first type of trip that we're doing along with the Edison Ford Winter Estates. A new way to cruise the Caloosahatchee. We love this. So let's start with you a little bit and why, the estates kind of wanted to partner up with Pure Fort Myers and create this.
Well, that's a great question. Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, extremely outdoorsy.
Yeah.
Loved being on the river, loved boating. Edison actually had the first electric boat, the Reliance. He went fishing all the time.
Well, I was going to say he was a huge fisherman.
Yeah, and I mean, as someone who is a fisherman, I love that aspect about him. And the thing is, we wanted to kind of talk more about that tale of the story of the Caloosahatchee, because it's so important, not to only the human history, but the natural history. In particular, Edison and Ford, but just the history of the area as well.
Well, and it's so interesting. I think we're all guilty sometimes. We hear Thomas Edison and we just assume the light bulb. And I know you guys have done such a great job in making sure that people know kind of everything that he, did and why he chose this particular area. Florida, the entire state is a great area. But there's a certain reason why he chose this particular location in Southwest Florida, right? It's this river. Yeah,
he loved the beauty of the area. He appreciated natural history, he appreciated nature, and he very much wanted to protect it in many ways too. Thomas Edison actually had a whole thing when the tarpons started disappearing in the river. He said there's something wrong here. He actually noticed that. And this isn't a time when ecology wasn't something that you really even heard much about. It's the beginning of this. So
well, and what's interesting about the cruise, which I really love, is that you guys really, when Pure Fort Myers came in and said, okay, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do it right. You really put a lot of time and energy in figuring out what the best route is to take people so they can learn the most.
Yeah, well, we knew for a fact there's a lot of history there with the estates, and we wanted to make sure that there was something more than just that, because they can talk about that on the property. And we spent several days on the river. We went down the river, we went up the river. We were there at sunrise, we were there at sunset. And what we found out is the upper Caloosahatchee, there's a ton of wildlife up there. There's a rookery there, which is incredible.
So do you go north on the river or south on the river?
We go north.
North, okay.
Inland, correct, towards Okeechobee.
All right, and then, so what can people learn? What are they seeing when they're going out on the water? What's your goal?
Outside of it, the nature and the preservation of the river is something that we're really focused on. And there's manatees, there's dolphins, any number of bird species, and combine that with the history of what Edison Ford there and exploring the river. That's a really nice balanced trip that everyone will enjoy.
Well, and why do you think this is nice? I think, a lot of us too here in Southwest Florida, we just assume to go to the beaches, Sanibel, Captiva, some of the, but the Caloosahatchee really is a fun place to see that nature as well. Don't you agree?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we can both tell you about this, the life of the Gulf right in the area. I mean, a lot of it starts right there in the river. Like, you have estuaries there. I mean, that's essential to keeping the Gulf healthy.
Yeah, that's where all the fish go to breed and spawn, and they make their way out into the Gulf, and that's where the fishermen enjoy what they do.
Yeah, I was going to say so the fish are very plentiful, and that's certainly a hot spot to do that. Well, how does it work? Kind of explain, if someone wants to cruise the Caloosahatchee now, how do they sign up? What's the deal? How does it work?
There's two different ways. You can go and book tickets through Edison Ford. They have a package that includes entry to the estates as well. Or if you just want to go and do the tour with us.
So you can do both? You can tour the estates plus cruise, or you can just cruise?
There's a package that we do that has both, and then you can just cruise with us at www.purefortmyers.com. You can book online or call us. All the information's right there.
And then what's kind of the best time to go? Is it a sunset, sunrise, middle? What's the time?
There's all the trips are great and unique. Obviously, the sunset cruise, you don't get as far upriver, but you do have some beautiful sunsets on the river. The morning cruises starting at 10:30, 12:30, and 2:30. Whatever suits your schedule.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, and I love that, now it's just this, there's a great place to eat there now. I mean, you can really make an entire day trip now over at the estates. You guys have got to be really excited about really just kind of the changes over the last year. I think there's been a lot over at the estates.
Yep.
Would you recommend can you just show up and get on the boat, or do you recommend?
You can show up and just get on, but we can't guarantee availability. So if you know you want to come, go online and you can book there, or else call us.
And then ticket prices as well. I know they're a little bit cheaper for children as well, so that's nice. So it's $50 for adults, $35 for children.
Correct. That's for the package. If you're just doing the cruise alone, it's $29 for adults, and kids are $19.
Easy enough. All right. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning. We can't wait to go cruising the Caloosahatchee, and this is going to be fun for people here in Southwest. You ready for season? Season's just around the corner.
Absolutely.
Y'all are going to be busy.
Full boats.
Yep.
It's always good.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
send
you.
it over to Steph.
Up next, it's a race to the finish line. Carly and I put the pedal to the metal in some good old-fashioned go-kart fun. Who's going to win? Stick around and find out.